Sorry for the interruption. There was a knock on the door, and I had to adjust my mask and get to the door. So I will continue. We're almost done with this section. But it will never be right for me here, Keck. I have this, and he holds up the stump of an arm. And I have the gar. It's worse for me. I'll never fit in. If you're giving up, why shouldn't I? I don't answer him, but when I look at Ganwar's arm, I think of how he leapt into the tree, like he was at home, and how he does all the work I do, with just one good hand to help him. I remember something my mama used to say on dark days. If you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. Ganwar, I whisper, what if she never comes? What if it's only me? I can't do this all by myself. Ganwar sends me a sad smile. My cousin, he says, you already have. I hear the crunch of someone walking. Lou comes out of the barn. Gall, she calls. What are you up to, old girl? And slowly Lou makes her way over. She follows Gall's gaze up into the trees. My, she says, this may be the first time in history a cow has treed two boys. We climb down slowly. When I get to the bottom, Gall nudges me again. She wants her ear scratched to continue. I force myself to meet Lou's eyes. Moonlight glints in her silver hair like ice on snow. I'm sorry, I say, for being angry with you. It isn't your fault. About the farm. Lou smiles. Come on, you two, I could use a hand. We head toward the barn and Gall follows. Kind yellow light spills from the house. Lou and Ganwar and I stand there in the silent barn, stroking Gall and waiting. After a while, I help Lou toss some fresh hay into Gall's stall. How'd you end up in my tree this evening? Lou finally asks. I don't want to say the truth, but when Lou looks right at you, you can't make up stories. I'm running away, I say. I see. Lou thinks about this for a moment. Want a cookie before you go? I think too. A cookie wouldn't be such a bad thing. Chocolate? Yep. I follow Lou and Ganwar into the house. Might be a long time before I see chocolate again. I take a handful of cookies to show my gratitude. Lou sits across from us at the kitchen table, and the light spreads gentle shadows. So you're running away, Lou says. That's a mighty big job. I watch while Lou gets us glasses of milk. On top of the cold box, there's a picture in a frame. I see a pretty woman smiling, and a man with his arm around her. He is tall and proud. Behind the woman is a small tree. Lou follows my gaze. That's me, she says, a very long time ago. And my husband, Robert. And that tree is the one you two climbed just now. I stare at the picture and then back at Lou. If I try very hard and think, once upon a time, I think maybe I can find that young woman in her face. I imagine a time when the barn didn't sag and the cattle were many and strong, and hope grew fast as flowers in the earth. I imagine Lou saying goodbye soon to this place, and it has been her home for so long, to live in a world with no snow and no cows. Lou pulls down another picture. This is my sister, the one in L.A., she says. She has a little yard. I suppose I could plant some vegetables there. You can grow things year-round. She stares at the picture. Imagine that. I spot a tiny seed of something fine sprouting in Lou's eyes. My heart is glad to see it. I remember my aunt's words. Keck finds sun when the sky is dark. That was easy to do when I was a child in my life before. It's not so easy when the clouds are low and black. I wonder if finding the sun is one way to be a man. I drink my milk. The clock ticks. Ganwar and Lou are watching me. I know it would be better to wait for Mama here, I say later. Lou and Ganwar nod. They don't say anything. I guess I could come back to work until you have to leave, I add. That'd be great, Lou says. I know Gal would like that. She could use more attention, Ganwar says. That cow does love a good ear scratch, Lou agrees. She's good for petting, I say. And leaning on, Ganwar adds. She's a very useful cow, Lou says. Another idea comes into my head, like a new friend knocking at the door. Sometimes I very much like my brain, I say. What do you mean, Ganwar asks. I smile. I think maybe I just found some sun for Gal. I'm going to stop right there because we're close to the end. We only have this much to go. And I want to end that in the next session. And after we finish this wonderful story, I'm planning on going back to my moth stories. So those of you who are used to story time and have been coming will be happy probably to hear that because everybody likes the moth. Me, I've been very happy with this story, and it's the first time that we've done a whole book. So I look forward to our next meeting, and I look forward to having you all enjoy storytelling. And stay safe, be good, try and find the happy, and take care.